Hi, it's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on the 6th of February 2022. This is a video about cross stitching. I'm going to show you 7 whips. Wow, did I really work on 7 things? 7 whips, no new starts. I still have not started anything. I've got a little bit of stash that I've brought, and I'm going to do a life update towards the end. So here we go. Sorry, coffee's still hot and I need a drink. So in January I started my 100 stitches a day guaranteed. I find that what generally happens is I will play on my phone, or I will read a book, or stare off into space over cross stitching because I'm not motivated. But if I have a guaranteed 100 stitches that I need to do just to get me going every day, at a minimum I would get 700 stitches a week done. I did 10,129 stitches in February, mainly due to the fact of no school and no school sports. We're 6 days into February and I think I've done maybe 300 stitches, maybe less. It's a bit different as well. There's a lot of other stuff happening which I'll explain in life update at the end. I'm really happy with that. My general goal for the year is 52,000 stitches. It means that in December, when I only get 2,000 stitches done, which is what happened last year, I've made it up in different spots. So even though this month hasn't quite worked out that way and I'm hoping to get back into it, I'm really proud. And because once I started, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep going. I had a couple of nights where I barely did 100, if that. I did like a length of thread, maybe 1.5, and I was tired. It also depended, like I had a monochromatic whip that, you know, it's easy to stitch, and that helped as well. So let's get into it. The groups that I'm stitching for, I am trying to do the daily 30, which is a closed group of the 3 whips that you work on and you find animals. I'm also in Aussie Divas, I think the group's called. I can post that one down. They are still accepting people. And I'm in another closed group, which I won't mention the name because there's like 20 people in the group. And they do monthly challenges as well. So, oh, and Magical Stitches, which is now a closed group. I'm doing their murder mystery thing as well. Normally I don't explain that because I'm not really into a lot of groups. I actually feel slightly overwhelmed because I want to stitch on what I want to stitch on to get what I want done basically. And Magical Stitches is pretty much stitch on what you want to stitch within reason. Sometimes there is prompts. The daily 30, you pick 3 you work on that you want to try and get as much progress on or as close to finishes as you want. So that was okay. The closed group is pretty much that same. They just give you prompts, support. And the Aussie one is the one that has more set prompts, but I've got Anzac as a whip, and some of it is like, one of the ones was, you know, stitch on something that you can have a dream about. You know, that can be anything really. So that's the ones. I'm not saying that I'm going to stick to that for the whole year. That's what I did for January, and it was enjoyable. As long as it's not to stitch on anything that tells me to stitch on a colour or anything like that, just wasn't happening. So let's get into it. I needed to stitch on a whip that was my newest start, and because I didn't do a new start this year, my newest start was from 2020. Yeah, 2020. I think it was the 30th or 31st of December. I started Fairy Flora, which was gifted to me by Melody, by Mirabilia. And I have to show off this bag again because she made me this bag. She cross-stitched this. How awesome is this? My needle minder is from StitchNButton. So, and I was happy to pull this out because doing your whip parade, you realise just how non-stitching you've done. So, and look at this, I forgot my board again. I do have one. This is my before pick. And I did 1,004 stitches. And I'm pretty sure it goes this way. This is 32 count, I think it's actually Ariel from Picture This Plus. Beautiful colours. Lighting really sucks today because I'm doing it a lot later than I normally do my videos. Also, I didn't give you my general warning that it is Sunday and the kids are home. It's a bit better. Love this. Kind of wouldn't mind to get another 1,000 stitches in it before the end of the year again, but we'll see. It's not a focus piece yet. I then stitched on Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackwood Designs, and I'm actually stitching this. This is one of my daily 30 3 whips that I picked, and I did 1,500 stitches on it, and I'm still working on it. Here's my before pick, because I'm doing some more stitch, like I'm doing February's month. So I finished off, I think I had a little bit of the border to do here in January, and I stitched all the way across because over here I am a stitch out, and you can tell like there's 3 stitches here and 2 stitches here, but it shouldn't affect it too much. And this month, oh, and I did a bit of the grass, and this month I've done the bird, the pot, and a bit of grass. So yeah, possibly 300 stitches. I really should count that then, because that's an animal. Love this. I am finding though that 2 of my hand-dyed threads, gassed or something like that, not sure, can't remember, they're over there. They're very similar, and so yeah, there's not much shading difference in the bird or here. It is what it is. I can't do anything about that. It's actually worse on screen than it is in life, so there's also that. I'm hoping to finish this by halfway through the year. Alright, my next one is Siren and the Shipwreck, which is another piece that I want to work on, and I did roughly 2,370 stitches. So Siren in the Shipwreck. My needle minder is from a shop that no longer sells. She was from a lady in Perth, WA. My bag though is a StitchNButton bag. This one is a Melody bag that she made me some bags, and I've put all my beads in here because I have double checked. I have double checked that I have all my beads, so when I finish this I don't have to do that panic. And I've got the specialty thread, the water lilies and chronic in this one that Melody also made me. So this is on Colour Casade's 28 count. I think this was one of her, there was a dye issue and she sold it. I don't know, I can't think of what you would call it now. Mist dye. It was a mist dye. So here's where I was before, and here it is now. So I did all up in here, basically. I think I had a little bit done, and then this, and then I did the back stitching, which is in chronic there. She looks stunning. I've also finished the one side of the chart, and I'm on to the other side. There's more of that, this back stitching over here, which I might do. Loving it. Really, really happy with that. This will be, I think, the first Mirabilia that I finish, and it'll be for me. Because I've given, like, the others are still in the house, but my kids have all got one, and my mum has got the first one I ever stitched, which was a deer. Next I did winter lace, and this is in another StitchNButton bag, one that she put my name on it. And this is all the mess. So apparently I'm so organized. Winter's lace. Yep. Gold Dimension kit. This is my oldest whip that I would like to get, if not finished, mostly finished this year, so that next year it's an early finish. I started this while I was pregnant with Sophie, and Sophie's 16 this year. So here we are, all of it, and then I did it again. I left my bag open and stuff came out, and I worked in this corner, and I did 1,027 full stitches. And did I do any back stitching? No. There's back stitching that needs to be done in that area as well. This is on the cord for Ada, 16 count. The only thing I have changed, and I've done this with all the dimensions, is that if it's cord for 3 of a colour, I usually either up it to 4 or down it to 2. Just a preference. If I can do a loop start, I will. And sometimes I feel like it's unnecessary. Personal opinion. Everyone is different. Right, so then we go into Anzac, which I did 2,072 stitches on a StitchNButton bag. So this is Anzac. That's a needle minder from StitchNButton. I'm doing mine on Regency by This People. Can it? Try and link it below. I can't pronounce it. And I'm just doing it in 310, 2 over 2. And I think I got pretty close to a page finish. So I picked this fabric, which isn't representing very nicely at all in this, to represent Australian country, and I chose the black to represent the Maoris' tattoos. Hopefully that's neither culturally politically incorrect, but that's how, because it's an Australian and New Zealand design, and I wanted something that represented both. This is gonna hopefully come out this month, and I can at least finish off that page, because the Australian group that I was talking about, I can use this. I also know from doing a couple of these that 2,000 is pretty much my limit, working on something a month. 1,500 is, 1,000 is my happy place. 1,500 if I really need to. 2,000 is my absolute limit. Like, I won't even finish my thread. I'll get to that mark and I'm done. Now, next is a full coverage that my whip manager picked out. It is Golden Flinch and Blossoms, or something like that, by Charting Creations. I'm going to have to put it in here. And I did 1,002 stitches. And this is where we're up to. And this was confetti hell, believe it or not. A lot of one stitch here and one stitch there. I loved it, but I'll show you the back. My backs don't normally, in full coverage, this crowded, but it was. And I mean, it looks beautiful, but it was really hard work. There was, in a space of like a 10 by 10 block, which is 100 stitches, at one point there was 80. That was just one color here, one color there. Drove me freaking up the wall. My needle minder is from StitchNButton, and my fabric is 25 count Lagana. I don't get the gridded because I work, in my head, it's just like working a Mirabilia or a Nora Corbett, or, which is Mirabilia, I mean Joan Elliott, or Anzac, or the thing, it's one stitch at a time. And how I do it is, and how I've been doing it for about 2 years now, 3 years, I work my way across the top, and at the beginning of the block I pick the first color, stitch that until, as far as I can, then the next color and the next color. So I'm doing block by block across, but I'm also doing cross country, because if it goes elsewhere within a reasonable limit, I would do it. So that's done. And my last one that I worked on is Summer Queen by Mirabilia. My needle minder is by No Name Needle Minds, but they've closed down. So this one is stitched on 32 count confetti by Picture This Plus, and I did 1,129 stitches. So that's what she looks like, all of it, and that's what I worked in. I did a lot of these leaves and this top. Loving it. So pulling out the thing. So yeah, I'm in here. So I've just got to stitch across here a bit and then the head. Hopefully in the next 6 months we'll have this finished. I don't know how much stitch I'm going to get done this month, and to a degree next month as well, until we settled in. Right, that's it for stitching. For things that I have brought, I brought the new long dog sampler, lo and behold. It's not going to be a start for a while, and I don't think I need another long dog sampler for a very long time. But I just loved this one. And I got the Pole Stitches mystery box where they send out 2 charts and 2 fabrics. And you get a Joan Elliott, and this is Peony Fairy, and I really, really like this. I'll just say Fairy Dreams is the fabric. And Pole Stitches also sends you a design, and it's a box of flowers. I don't hate it. I don't think I would stitch with all those colours though, but I definitely don't hate it. It might be something even the kids do. And the fabric I got are 32 count Lagana, and this one is Sweet Pea, which I just love. I'm still not a fan of their smelly fabric. Also noticed this time, and I don't know if that happens with the others, they didn't serge. So I'm gonna have to chat to a lady I know in town and see if she can serge some edges from me. And this is Carnations, and they say dusky pink. That's showing way more purple than what it is. It's not helping, really not helping. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help you. And that's them done, and that's all I have really brought, bar some DMC thread from Colour Cascades. All right, life update. We're moving. Pretty sure you guys already knew that, but we're definitely moving. We're moving in the last weekend of February. We're moving 2 k's-ish down the road to a farm that we bought 11 years ago. It's the house that we've been renovating, and it still looks very much like it's still got months away before it's finished. And it's not anyone's fault. The builder is amazing. It's the supplies of getting stuff. It's the fact that we've had a cyclone and people are still needing stuff done. That is kind of higher priority than us. It is what it is. I'm not going. He's been amazing. We have ceilings, which I didn't take photos of, in the room that's the kitchen. Like, we start again, Belinda. If you haven't watched my video before, there was a hallway and a wall that divided the kitchen and lounge room, which we took out about 2 videos ago, maybe 3. I showed pictures, and there was no ceiling, and the floor was looking pretty rough. So we've got ceilings in now, not fully done, but mostly done. And it's amazing how much cooler that room feels on a 40-degree day. I was in there yesterday. He cemented the holes in the floor. It's an old house. It was built 70 plus years ago, and it's not on a cement base. So when we took the walls down, we hit dirt and we could see the ground. So that's all got done, ready for the new flooring that's going in. The bathroom hasn't been started yet. I'm really hoping it gets done this week, because, you know, I can live without a kitchen, can't live without a toilet or a shower, specifically a toilet. So everything's there, it's just time, and it's been really awfully hot and not nice to work in. That's also hindering the process. The kitchen won't be going in until we move in, because we got the floors going in on the 21st, 22nd, and we got to move in that week. And so hopefully within a little bit of time we'll have a kitchen in. And if you guys want to, I can take photos and put up. Busy packing, busy going through shit. Probably shouldn't have said that word, but that's what it feels like. Have thrown so much rubbish out, and I go through stuff pretty regularly, but it's just stuff that you missed, hidden, stuffed in a drawer. Yeah, lots of stuff getting thrown in the bin, and a lot of stuff donated that the kids have outgrown, no longer need, never used. There's been a couple of stuff that I've never used, and I'm just like, I haven't used it in 10 years, it's going. It's slightly overwhelming now, because I've got this house to pack up, clean, moving into a house that I've got to unpack and clean. I just kind of said to hubby, because he's like, he wants to do all this painting, and I'm like, we'll paint the kitchen and lounge room because of all the work we've done. Bedrooms, it's gonna have to wait. We can't fit everything in. He finishes up work with his current employees at the end of the month as well, so he's working for them, he's working for us. It's 40 plus degrees most days. It's not gonna happen, and you've got to be okay with that. How many times can I say in a minute? Yeah, it's going well, and it's really exciting, and it's going to look amazing. But right now, between the packing and thinking about unpacking and seeing what still needs to be done, it's all coming slightly overwhelming. Hence why I don't think this month is going to be a huge stitchy month. I've barely done 300 stitches. I need to start getting back into doing a minimum of 100 stitches a day, because I think that really helped, and it helped me calm down. I've lost a couple of days because I felt sick after my booster for the vaccine. I'm not up for a debate with it either, so don't bother commenting. I'm not going to judge you, so please do not judge me. And that's all I'm going to say. But I got sick from it. Not bad, just sick. I'm also turning 40 this month, around the same time that we're moving, because that was good planning. And I think sometimes I feel my age more in this heat than I normally do, and I love summer and I love the heat, but I'm feeling more knocked, and the wind has just come up, which is awesome because it hasn't been blowing and it's made it actually worse, so yay. Speaking of hotness and that, if you are any of my viewers and you are around Denmark, in Western Australia, not the country, I'm hoping that you're safe. There are major bushfires freaking everywhere in WA. If it's not fires, it's floods. It's crazy, crazy what's been happening. Broome has flooded, Denmark's on fire. There's another bushfire warning for Green Bushes, Manjimup area. Stay safe. Please stay safe. Wherever you are, whatever your weather is giving you, please stay safe. I also want to thank all the new subscribers and watchers and comments. I love it all. It's been amazing. I think I'm up to possibly 5 years. William was about 1 or 2. I'm gonna have to look that up. I've been doing this a while. And I have grown more than I could have ever expected, and to still get new viewers, subscribers, random people watching, leaving a comment, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. It's been a journey that I never expected that I'd still be doing this, and that people would still want to watch me. I kind of want to give back to the community in a little bit. And I don't know how to do it because moving and all that, I'm not going to do giveaways. That and the mail situation at the minute is insane. So I'm thinking maybe I might do monthly kind of like floss tubes to watch, like, but in themes like Aussie floss tubers or under 1,000 floss tubers, or people who might do full coverage more, and hopefully link you to people that you haven't watched before and that would be interested in. Give back to the other floss tubers who watch me and do stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it though. It's a time factor. I was going to kind of start maybe this month. I don't have the time. That's really what it comes down to. I quickly changed the shirt, brushed my hair a bit, doing this, and then I'm going to go back packing. We're just about packed up one room. Been packing, but focusing room on room and getting as much that I can packed. So give me a bell. Say in the comments whether you think that's a good idea, a bad idea, any theme floss tubers that you would like. If you would like, I don't know, American based or people who speak 2 languages. I know at least 3 that do that. So, and let me know of floss tubers. I will announce it, because I think that's what I would do. I'll announce it like, hey, next month I'm going to list these people. I will, if you have any that you would like to list, let me know, and I'll add them in there so that we're reaching lots of new people as well. We'll see. Might not happen for a couple of months yet, reality speaking. So on that note, I'm going to go and continue packing. Thank you so much, guys, for being so awesome. You make coming back enjoyable. So thank you. Happy stitching.